Alright, so this video is just going to quickly take you through how we train and why we train, and the hopes are that it will make it a lot simpler for you. So if you're training alone at home, or if you've got like a home setup, or even if you're at a gym but you're looking to train calisthenics, I want to sort of simplify how we train so you can realize how simple it is, and then hopefully you can adapt it into your own calisthenics training. So this is a workout that we just did this morning. We literally just finished it. So the way that we do all our sessions is we always train in strength circuits. We used to do strength programs, but strength circuits is getting far better results for far more people. So we always pick 8 exercises. We do 2 rounds of 4 exercises, or 2 halves. So the first half is these 4 exercises. We do 3 rounds. And then the second half of the workout is the bottom 4 exercises. We do 3 rounds. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Times 3. 3, 4. Times 3. So this is how we always train. We do change it up. We do different styles and different workouts, but probably 80% of the time we're training like this in a strength circuit format. So you see 4 exercises, you go through 1, 2, 3, 4 for 3 rounds, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. We have specific rest times factored in, but if you're training on your own, you can sort of take the rest how you feel. I would advise you to keep moving. I would advise you not to take too much rest, because otherwise you'll lose your focus, you'll lose your momentum of your session. So that's one of the powerful things that we do here, is we keep people moving. It keeps people like out of their own head, it keeps them focused, it keeps them from getting distracted with their phones and stuff like this as well. So we highly recommend at least keeping moving. So that's the format. So if you're training at a gym, all you have to do is pick 8 exercises. It could be 8 different machines, or it could be 8 calisthenics exercises that you enjoy, and then put them into this format. On an upper body day, we do pull, push, pull, push. So that's how we split it into pulling and pushing exercises, and we alternate between, similar to a superset, but it's a strength circuit. Now, I'll quickly touch on reps and rest. This won't be a super detailed breakdown of what we do. I just want to keep it simple, but if you do want a detailed breakdown, let me know. I'll break down all these different exercises, rest times, everything. I'll go into a lot of detail. So for reps, when we are coaching people in the gym, generally speaking, our strength rep range will be 5 to 8. Our hypertrophy will be 10 to 12, and our endurance will be 15 plus. Now these numbers change very slightly depending on who you read and what you read, that's fine. But this is just our context, this is what we use. This keeps our members safe. It stops them from straining themselves too hard. So when you're writing your own workout, so say you have your 4 exercises, just decide beforehand if you want to train for strength, if you want to train for hypertrophy, if you want to train for endurance, and then put the appropriate rep ranges in. And then just make sure that the exercise itself is appropriate. So if you were going to do muscle ups for strength, but you can't yet do 5 to 8 muscle ups, then it's not an appropriate exercise. And you want to take a step back, maybe you want to do some clap pull-ups, or you want to do some explosive pull-ups instead. Something that will actually fit inside this rep range. Now say for example, you can do muscle ups, but you want to put on a bit of size in your arms. Rather than trying to do muscle ups for 10 to 12 reps, you might do weighted chin-ups or weighted dips instead. Like something that's going to hit this rep range, and you're going to use a lot of extra weight, extra resistance for it. Other than that, this still applies if you're using a machine like assisted chin-up machine or assisted dip machine. These rep ranges still apply, so still use them. If you're using bands for your chin-ups and your pull-ups, these rep ranges still apply 100%. Now just make sure when you're working with rep ranges, if you're doing say 5 to 8 for a strength set of chin-ups, that doesn't mean that you do 3 chin-ups, you stop, shake your arms out, you do another 2, you stop, you shake your arms out, you do another 2. Now it means you have to do between 5 to 8, and you don't want to go to failure either. You want to be about 2 reps shy of failure. So just a quick little tip there in terms of rep ranges. Make sure you actually hit in the rep ranges on your first try, and then you finish your set. And if you don't hit the rep range, that's fine, just finish the set. Don't try and do extra reps, it'll mess with your training. In terms of rest, now our rest is factored into our training here at the gym, but if you're training at home or if you're training in a commercial gym, it's gonna be very different for you. So I've just jotted these down just to make it simple for you. So if you're training for endurance, you just want to keep the rest really small, 30 seconds or less. If you're training for hypertrophy, 30 to 60 seconds is good. And if you're training for strength, 60 to 90 seconds is good. Now in raw strength training, you'll go far beyond 90 seconds. But like I said, if you're starting calisthenics, it's probably going to be better to train in a strength circuit style than it is to train in raw strength. And again, I can get into all the details of that in another video if that's something that you do want to hear about. But this just keeps it simple, it keeps you moving, it stops you from getting distracted, and as well, it can also stop you from getting injured because you're going to be less likely to push outside your physical barriers and strain your tendons and your ligaments. So just to finish, I just want to show you a little bit of an example over here on today's workout. So today's workout is a mix of core and a mix of legs. And it's got some strength exercises, it's got some hypertrophy, and it's got a lot of endurance. But I just want to use the example, if today was just going to be strength, everything here would be 5 to 8 reps. So you can see pistol squats are 8 reps, deadlifts are 8 reps. We're trying to build strength with these exercises. Lunges, it's about 10 reps each. L-sits, V-snaps, glute bridges. Some of these core exercises are on the endurance side. The glute bridges are. So what we're doing is, if this was a purely endurance workout, everything here would be 15, 20, or 25 reps. I just want to make that point. So if you're going purely for endurance, everything would be in that rep range. Likewise, if we're going purely for hypertrophy, everything here would be 12 reps or 10 to 12 reps. And you want to make the difficulty enough that 12 reps is quite hard. And again, if everything was going to be strength, like these lunges, it would be 5 to 8 each leg. Deadlifts would be 5 to 8. Pistol squats would be 5 to 8. So all the rep ranges would be lower, but the weights we use would be higher. So that's just a really quick breakdown of how we train. I really hope it helps you. It's a really simple way to structure your workout. You just need 8 exercises, that's it. Or you could pick 4 exercises and you could do it for 5 or 6 rounds. That's another way to make it really simple. So just 4 things, run through it 5 times. You're going to be tired after it every single time. And then just have a look, like if your goals are for strength, keep everything in that 5 to 8 or that 6 to 8 rep range. Give yourself a minute to 90 seconds rest after every set. And the last reason why we do this, why this is so important, because it's really easy in calisthenics when you train to just focus on the tricks. If your big goal is a muscle up, you're going to want to train for a muscle up every single time. And what I see is a lot of people just attempting the muscle up again and again and again and again, which is great. I'm all for striving for your goals. But the problem is, when you get stuck in this loop, you're not actually doing real training. You're just trying tricks again and again and again. And a lot of the time you're failing or you're not getting anywhere. So when this happens to my clients, I have to pull them back onto the path, which is the foundations. Every person that's ever gotten a muscle up or any other feat of skill, a human flag, a front lever, they've got there by building a really strong foundation of strength. So all the tricks you want are in the foundations, and they're in the progressions and the regressions. So the reason why I wrote this system and wrote it so simply is because it takes your mind off the tricks and it puts your focus on the foundations. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're training. These should all be foundation exercises, not super hard, big tricks and goals. Stay focused on your foundations, and that's going to lead you to your tricks. So there it is. If you've got questions, as always, send us a message on Instagram or YouTube. We're here to help. If you'd like to hear this broken down into a lot more detail, also happy to do it as well. Just let us know. Thanks.